Hello, everybody. I hope everyone is going well today. We have a very good for the SM64 portion of the relay race. This is Team P versus Team Danceingcats. It is good to note that this is the last match of, I believe this is quarterfinals. Whoever wins this faces off in the semifinals. To face, I believe it's Team Clint Stevens. So that'll be very fun to watch. It's also good to note of the version differences. Aleph is on VC, but there isn't going to be
Mario.
Players agreed to it.
Hello.
The times between these players, Aleph, as you can see on the screen, has a 43:21, it looks like, and I believe Zine has a low 49:17, maybe 49:11, something like that. So quite a bit difference in time, but Zine is also very capable of a time that's much better. So he could pop off and get a really good time. I'm not sure how consistent Aleph is, but we'll have to see.
It's me, Mario. Hello. Okie dokie.
All right, it looks like we're getting started here.
I have baked a cake for you. Yours truly, Princess Toadstool.
It'll be about a minute cutscene, so not too long. Usually in runs, it's a good time to just, I guess, get your bearings, get your mental traits, rest your hands for a bit. And in races, it's a good place to, build up all of the maneuvers. Hopefully, let them out before the first trick of the game is left. So we'll see if both players can get this, because if you miss it, it's about an 8 to 10 second time loss, so not too bad, but it can be pretty annoying.
Looks like Zine missed it, but
yeah, Zine doesn't. A small time loss, not a lot. It's not too big of a deal.
Don't think it matters too much in a race, especially at the start. A lot of stuff can happen.
For sure. Next trick we have coming up is Bomb Club, which is also another 8 to 10 second time loss. Now problem.
Here we go.
Zine with a medium bomb, not losing too much time over the Aleph on that. Maybe at most half a second compared to the grab. But, not really. That's necessary to worry about. Let's see if we can get some guesses in the chat for the slide times. I'm gonna say Aleph's gonna get a 12.7. Zine's gonna get a 12.8. Not the best angle for Alex. 12.9. Not too bad. Sub 13 angle for it. Good kind of work, I would say. Find a little bit of a better angle.
Here we go.
For 13 flat. Losing that 0.1 matters. Probably more, but it was just fun. Now we have the first actual stage of the game, Boss, which is also one of the hardest stages in the game. Unfortunately. See Alex going for canvas, we're going for the full setup. Never see Zion going for 100 coin. The fast cycle, not the pro cycle. Only losing, if Alex goes for pro cycle, only losing about, I think it's 2 seconds. But much safer and much easier.
Looks like Zine's gonna have to go to. I think if you mess it up, I think you back up to just go to for half cycle.
Yeah, that's exactly what he had to do. I think that loses, I want to say 8 to 10 seconds. if you mess it up and go past circle.
Of getting hours.
Yeah, very clean indeed. Not too hard of a trick for runners this good, but for people who just start off trying to learn that trick, can be very difficult. The angle's somewhat precise. You see Alex going for the same Womps 100 coin cycle, so if they make it though, they'll save a good amount of time over Zion since he did miss it. Good so far. Gets it cleanly, not bad. See, Zion's going for cameras now. I'm gonna go for texture setup, a little risky, but see if it pays off. And he does miss it. That's unfortunate. I know I like to just go for full setup in races because texture setup can be inconsistent sometimes. If he would have made it though, he would have saved about 2 seconds over Aleph, but he missed it, and I think that loses about 8 seconds. And that's of course guessing that he gets it first try or second try, but we'll see. So Aleph already having a pretty early lead. Nothing substantial, of course, because anything can happen in this game, but you definitely don't want to start off losing a good amount of time as Zion has. But he gets K on the second try, not too bad. This has been a pretty clean Womp so far from Aleph. Has gotten pretty much every trick, almost exactly how you want it.
Yeah,
A couple
this is
movement mistakes.
looking really nice, so pretty good though.
Yeah, a couple movement mistakes, but you don't really have to worry about that. If you can land the tricks, that's really what matters.
Zion also with the clean hours.
Yeah, use the speed kick method, speed kick double jump method to get up there. I'm not sure if it saves time. I see a lot of top runners do it, but it doesn't seem much faster if it is. So I guess it's just really preference. Both players getting the Womp star now. It's a pretty free star for the most part. The fence clip can be pretty annoying, but other than that, it's not too big of a deal. Looks like Alex is going to finish up with a 651 Womps. That's not bad at all for a race.
Yeah, looks like 651.
You can see how much Zion is behind. I'm gonna guess he's gonna get like a 711, 713. Actually, no, it's gonna be like a 716 probably. So only behind by like, I guess that's what, 26. Like that seconds.
Yeah, 20, 24-ish.
Yeah, definitely can make that up in the end game if Alex messes up more. Or at all, for that matter, since he didn't really mess up Womps at all. But, you know, the thing about this game is, the very beginning, Womps and Dark World are pretty hard to do fast, and then the ending is pretty hard to do fast. So the middle is kind of just, you know, filler for the most part, besides, you know, a couple hard tricks, at least for most runners. At a very, very top level, of course, everything is extremely hard to do fast. And what is this? Wait.
They kind of do like a reverse wing cap kind of thing.
I guess. I don't know if they usually do that.
I mean, it worked.
Yeah, it worked. For a second, I thought their like gameplay was flipped.
Yeah,
So
that was.
confused. So now we have Alex going into Dark World with a little bit of lead. Dark World it's not too hard of a stage, but if you do make a mistake, you can die. There's a lot of stages in this game like that. that are just like in the middle of the void. So any mistake you do, you die, which is kind of unfortunate. But hopefully they don't make a mistake. It looks like it might be on pace for Zaya Cycle, but definitely on pace for Zagiru. I'm not sure because I wasn't watching their beginning movement too closely. Yeah, that's gonna be Zaya Cycle, I think. So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm guessing Zion is just gonna go for Skiru. It's a pretty safe alternative. I think Zaya saves maybe 2 seconds. I always was confused by the cycle in the Dark World, how much they save. But I think it's 2 seconds. So it did not die. That's very good.
Dark World is usually one of the scarier stages, usually when a lot of things can go wrong, especially in races.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, there's always, if there's a bunch of races going on, like if you have a race with a bunch of racers, at least like 5 to 10, at least 1 or 2 will die in Dark World. It always happens. But luckily neither of these guys did. Aleph with a 9:56 fade out. Not bad at all. Sub 10 is always pretty good. It's a good goal to have at this level. As we see Zion or Aleph going back into BOB now. Zion misses a throw, but it doesn't go over the edge, so it's not too bad. Losing a couple seconds. But Aleph going for the wing cap island star here. The reason we go back in D or BOB is because you cannot get the star without the wing cap. Well, you can, but it's actually a pretty inconsistent strat that only top runners do, like runners that are going for top 10 times. And you're not going to want to do that in a race. So, and it loses about 6 seconds to go back into BOB rather than doing the pro strat at the very beginning. But in a race, it's far too inconsistent to do. See, Zion's going for a little bit more of a pro movement to get the wing cap. Misses a box, but it still looked cool. Not bad at all. Alex getting the wall kick. Yeah, that backflip wall kick can be pretty scary as long as you get the wall kick, you're pretty good. But if you get the wall kick, you will die. So luckily that didn't happen.
So I'm not too sure about what level of people will start doing like what route or. So I'm interested to see if they'll be doing CCM 17 or 18.
Oh yeah, for sure. So it looks like Aleph will be going for CCM 18 since they are doing the slide star without the 100 coin. Which means they will do the big payment race with the 100 coin. And I'm not sure what Zion does.
Zion messing up the strat, but backing it up cleanly.
You might have done the safer strat, which is you just make sure to spam A to get the wall kick, and then you fall and roll out and do the wall kick to get the star. So it loses maybe a second or two, but it makes sure that you don't die. So, I'm not sure if that's what he was doing or if he did actually mess it up. But either way, not too shabby. Both going for the payment star now. So it's looking that Zion might be going for CCM 17 since he hasn't done the slide star yet. I mean, he can still go for it here, but usually people like to get it out of the way first or second. So we'll see if he goes for 100 points. It looks like he is not. Okay, so both runs will be doing the CCM 18 route.
That's a pretty safe route to do for a race.
Definitely. I definitely recommend it. Aleph going for the pro 100 coin though. Getting the blue coins. They're going to be skipping part of the slide. A little risky, but saves about a second if done perfectly. See exactly how that goes. Zion will be doing the 100 coin now as well. Gets the slide skip, no problem. It's all pretty easy from this point on. But if you do, you can long jump over the penguin to get the star, and that can kill you sometimes. So hopefully that doesn't happen. But
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that red's required. I think that's just a safety red that Zion got.
Yeah. Zion, it looks like Zion did get the safety red. I always do that in races because if you miss 2 coins on the slide, you'll be losing a minute, like no matter what. So getting the safety red makes sure that you can miss 4 coins or miss 3 coins instead of just 1. Which is
pretty good CCM from Elf.
Yeah, very clean. Zion opting to miss those 2 coins there. Since you do want to end the slide with 100 coins so that the star spawns as far to the bottom as possible, so that you can long jump quicker to it. Yeah, Aleph is going for the balcony star. Not too bad of a star. BBH is kind of a filler stage.
Yeah.
Same with CCM. Both are pretty simple.
Yeah, nothing too crazy.
Yeah. Tricks aren't too hard. There's no major glitches that you have to do. It's mostly just optimized movement. Aleph is kind of speeding, Coach. That is correct. Not a bad BBH time. I'm guessing it's going to be like a high 1540. Maybe a 1550. That's going to be much better than that, I think. Yeah, it's going to be like a 1545. Yeah, that's a very good BBH time. I think their PB is low 48, 48, 20 something. So, I mean, they could very well be on good pace for that. It looks like they're doing a different route than their PB. I'm guessing their PB did do CCM 17. Unless their splits are just weird, but I'm not too sure.
Opting for the dive grab, I think that's just the safe option in races.
Yeah, the dive grab is a lot safer. The punch grab, on an English version, it's not too bad for the first MIPS since he does move slower than the second MIPS. But I think that punch grab saves about 1 second, so not entirely worth it, especially in a race, since if you miss it, he can just run all over the place and screw you over. And Aleph, taking a death on Plebs. That's an unfortunate time loss. It's probably going to be like close to 20 seconds, I would say. That's giving Zion a good amount of time to catch up, though. That's what he definitely wanted. But missing it again. Not taking a death, though, which is important. I was wondering if they were trying to go for Tama Plus or not. Oh, that's not what you want. Yeah, missing that long jump can screw you over a lot. Opting to take the safer route. Just long jump from the top.
Yeah, so Zion can, if he gets a pretty good propellerless, he can make up some good time.
Yeah, for sure. Opting to go for Tama Plus. Getting a bad angle, though. Not dying. Interesting backup from Zion. Alright, so both players having a little bit of trouble in SSL. Definitely one of the hardest stages. Aleph with the second clean plus. I know how frustrating that can be. Getting it cleanly on the second try, or I guess third try for him. C9 going for Tama again. Looks good. Yeah, Zion's pretty consistent at 1 plus, I think. Wait.
Going for double pillarless, but CCM 18.
Did they did both stars, yeah, they did both stars with BPH, which some people opt to swap out the balcony star with double plus, because it only loses like a second for some reason. But I don't know what star they'll be doing instead, since he did get both of the BB-8 stars. Maybe Lava Boost. They have been running 120 a lot lately, from what I can tell, and so they haven't been doing Lava Boost. Maybe that's what they're swapping out for.
Yeah.
You know, that's about a 10-second time loss. So interesting, very interesting strat. But I guess we'll have to see. See Zion going for Lava Boost, going for main boost. Pretty safe, not too bad. But that ending movement can be a little tricky. Oh, okay, Aleph doesn't like glitch R with 100 coins. Okay, yeah, that star is very annoying. Very interesting, I've never seen that, that preference, I guess. So I guess it'll be hard to tell who's really ahead until, I guess after 5C, or after withdrawal. Dying, getting a clean elevator star. Aleph taking a burn before getting the volcano. Gonna have to get a coin or two, but opting to go for the elevator star instead. That makes sense. Because you don't want to go for pro boost without enough health, because you will die. Okay, so it's about 3 seconds. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, in a race, if they don't like doing that strat, then definitely don't go for it. But just interesting, I guess. I've never seen that. I'm guessing they'll just be doing standalone secrets in withdrawal, which is a pretty cool star to watch. Aleph going for... I forget what that strat's exactly called. It's not main boost, so you just dive into the lava. It's a very straight strat, so not too bad.
From the way the lava pushed him up there, it kind of looks like how you could get pushed up from the triple jump.
Yeah, it's pretty much the triple jump lava boost, except it's faster because you just long jump into lava.
Yeah.
It's the same exact angle, I'm pretty sure. Except a little faster. Yeah, Aleph going for not getting the ledge grab skip I'm thinking that he wanted, so he's just going for the police star. Not too bad of a mess up. Not losing too much time from that. Zion getting the wing cap logless star right now. Very clean movement. That star is not too much of a big deal for these runners. As long as you get that speed kick and have all your speed, it's usually pretty easy to get over the wall. There we go, Aleph getting the ledge grab skip, looking clean. Zion finishing up LOL, getting red coins. Yeah, we won't know exactly how far Aleph is ahead. I'm guessing Aleph is still ahead, but we won't know how far they are ahead until after withdrawal. Since we did get that extra star. Next, we have pretty much another filler stage, DDD. It's not too much happens there. I mean, you have, if the players opt for it, you can have front sub, which is a pretty difficult trick, but I doubt they will do it since it is a race. It only saves 2 seconds, and it is like a lot harder than just a traditional back sub method. But I'm not sure if either player even goes for it in their own runs. I'm with a pretty clean chest star, losing a little time to the last chest since he did go behind it, but not a big deal. also getting a clean chest. One of the more satisfying stars to do cleanly, just because if you don't miss a swim, you feel very accomplished. It's pretty difficult to hit every swim, since it is a pattern and it's somewhat precise. Missing a swim, I forget how much it loses, but it can lose a lot of time if you miss a lot of them without knowing it.
I've heard if like you miss a swim and then you kind of like really miss time and so you lose your speed, it's about like 2 seconds.
Yeah, if you like miss it completely, yeah, I could say it's 2 seconds. Aleph going for the back sub, doesn't have to worry about lag because they're on PC. Lucky them. Lag is definitely pretty annoying. See Zion going for the Mana Star, hopefully doesn't screw him over. And it looks good. If you miss that first and second ring there, you can have a real problem, since the rings after that are very poorly, very jank, poorly coded, I guess. The Panenkoic video of the actual hitboxes of the rings compared to what it looks like in the game, and after the first 5, it's almost like perpendicular to what they're supposed to be. It's kind of nuts. Let's see Zion and Fire Seed now. Fire Seed's a very important stage that you don't want to mess up.
Yeah, Fire Seed also looks like one of the, especially when you get the fast cycle, pretty much has to be perfect.
Oh yeah, no, the fast cycle, the lava cycle, you can't really mess up anything. You can have dust rollouts here and there, but if you want to make sure your movement is very clean, it looks like Zion is making it. Because if you do miss the lava boost cycle and the early cycle altogether, that's 18 seconds automatically. There's not really anything you can do about that.
Yeah, pretty nice Fire Seed comes on.
Aleph's not getting a side flip. They might miss lava boost cycle here. Yeah, they're not going for it. They're still going for early cycle though. So assuming they get this, I think if you make early instead of lava boost cycle, it's about 8 to 10 seconds lost. So Zion making up some time. That's exactly what he needs. But not a bad backup from Aleph at all. Yeah, that's
still pretty good.
Yeah, that side flip on the pole that screwed him over from making the cycle has screwed over everyone. it's very annoying. If you side flip too close to it, you will just grab the bottom and take forever to slide up to the top, I guess.
26:46 Fire Seed, 26:45. Pretty good.
That's not a bad time at all for the amount he messed up in Womps and that SSL.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for those mistakes, probably could have been a sub 26, I would say, which is a very good time. Alex with a 27-13, but did get an extra star.
Yeah, we'll really see who has the lead after Mud Rival here.
Yeah. I think a good 100 coin, let me see, is about 40 seconds slower than just getting the secret spot himself. So I'd have to say that Alex is probably about 10 to 15 seconds ahead. But that's, of course, if Zion has a good 100 coin and if Alex has good secrets. So I guess, yeah, we'll just have to see after the split. Aleph going for the single star strat. Oh, that's funny. I wonder if they meant to do that or not, or if they always do that. Because usually for that star, you take the warp at the bottom, but the single star strat is you enter the water at that level and you do some very precise walk kicks to get that star, which he didn't do. He did a very safe strat. I just wonder if they usually do that or if it was a mistake. It's very interesting. Zion missing a coin. He should have grabbed it. It was still behind him, but opting to just go for the block instead. That's very interesting. Aleph getting the jump on wall kick. Very nice from him. Aleph not opting to go for the second triple wall kick since this one only saves like 1 to 2 seconds, so it's definitely not worth it. And it's pretty hard to do, but Zion going for it and getting it cleanly, not bad.
And it's been a pretty good withdrawal roll from Zion. Other than having to get the box, this has been pretty good.
Yeah, definitely. His RNG at the beginning wasn't great.
Yeah, the bug was kind of in a not ideal position.
What are... They're going for THI Reds instead of what star? What star didn't, instead of secrets, I guess?
Yeah, you didn't do secrets.
Okay, that's interesting. Alright, so we won't know until after THI then who's ahead. That's very interesting. You know, very good time. Their PB is very good, but they're going for very safe strats, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. It's just very interesting. Ooh, almost screwed over by the fire there. See Zion finishing up with try roll. Pretty clean. Got both some wall kicks and a decent 100 coin, which is definitely what you want. Now let's go for secrets. Also another star where there is a lot of lag on the console, so doesn't have to deal with that, which is very good for them.
Pretty clean secrets. Getting them
Yeah, got the optimal movement. Zion messing up a little bit, missing the secret, I think. I can't hear their audio, so they might have gotten it. Yeah, they did get it, okay. So, not as clean, but no major mess ups, didn't die at the end. See Aleph now going for mountain clip, I'm guessing. Yeah, going for left side. Gets it cleanly. Definitely a newer strat compared to the right side clip. It's only been like optimized and taken into account in the past 5 months, I would say.
Yeah.
Maybe a little longer, but it is faster and, in my opinion, it's a lot easier than the right side clip.
I'm not sure how different the. I think the concept of both the clips are the same. You kind of just time a dive, right? Or I think I'm not sure. I'm not sure because I found the TTM one to be pretty easy.
Yeah, the TTM one is just basically you just make sure to press B at the right point in the wall after long jumping. But for the THI one, you have to make sure you're at full speed and then press B at the right point.
So the THI one's a little harder.
Yeah, because you pretty much need almost max speed to get it. But the TTM one, you can pretty much just slowly get up there if you'd want to. Didn't see Aleph's exit, but it looks like probably, I would say 20 seconds ahead, 20 to 30. Yeah, TTM now. TTM, I mean, it's not too bad of a stage. The only thing that can really screw you over is log wall kick. Like it did right there. That loses, I think, about 5 to 8 seconds. That's very important. Yeah. Some days it just doesn't go your way. Like you just cannot figure out the right angle to get it. Yeah, I've had those days plenty of times. But not a bad backup. To see Zion going for it now. Gets it. And then going for the waterfall star, gets the ledge grab. Very clean.
So now they're all cut up. It definitely seems like Zion has slowly been catching up.
Yeah, it definitely made his time back.
And Elf not going for the
Yeah, they got bonked by the shy or the fly guy. Whoa, that was interesting. I wonder if they meant to do that because it looked like they did. And that's that's faster than doing the double wall kick, but it's not faster than doing the wall kick and the ledge grab. So that's a good strat. Seen that before. Okay, the second wall kick, very nice. I'm doing red coins here. One of my favorite stars to watch the single star record on.
Yeah, the star has a lot of really cool movement options.
Oh, definitely. There's a lot of options for a lot of different, I guess, levels of players. Design bonking little, but getting the star pretty cleanly, not bad. Alex going for the box star, looks good. Not bad at all. I mean, as long as Zion can stay close and put his team in a good position, that's really the most he can do. You can't really expect to beat a player that has almost a 1 minute better PB than you, but obviously if you do, that's great. It's just, since this is a team relay, you know, you can't really get discouraged at playing badly for a little bit. Just gotta try to play your best for the rest, I guess. So it looks like the 35-18 fade out from Aleph. And Zion with the 35-40, or 35-30, sorry. So about 12 seconds behind. That's very good.
Yeah, this is a pretty close race.
Yeah, for sure. Zion's doing very well. If it wasn't for that Womps and that SSL, he would have a good lead, I would say. Both players with a clean snowman's head strat. Aleph going for a little safer instead of going for a double wall kick, just going up top. Not bad at all. Gets the jump. Misses the box, but just gets it right after. Not a big deal. See Zion doing the same strat. Little more optimal, but not that much, just by going closer to the left. These other two stars in SL are pretty simple filler stars.
Yeah, I think SL's like a pretty straightforward stage. The first two stars can be pretty tricky, but they're definitely not the worst.
Yeah, I agree. The Snowman's Head star is definitely the hardest, but once you practice it a lot, you just get the angle down and it makes sense. But I remember when I was starting off learning it, it took a while to kind of understand exactly what you need to do. As both players finish up. Zion making a little bit of time back. So we head into, I guess it's pretty much another filler stage, HMC. It's not too bad. It's pretty much, what? Is Aleph good? I don't know why they just held up and ran into the wall like that for a couple seconds, but okay. Maybe some
Looking over the dive strat makes total sense. Probably not worth in a race.
Yeah.
Both going for that grab.
So it's actually pretty close now. Then 1 star, not bad. Similar to SL, you know, it's 4 stars. Only one of them is pretty hard, and that's the triple jump box jump, which isn't too bad at all. It's just considerably harder than the other stars.
Yeah.
If you do need a good angle, then you need to make sure to time it correctly. Aleph not having a problem with it.
Yeah, pretty good.
Zion getting it also cleanly, not hitting the death plane. Very nice. I guess this other star can go pretty wrong sometimes, but you just need to make sure to wall kick the wall at the peak height and get like a first or second or third frame wall kick, I believe, so that you're able to hit the switch
Yeah.
at the very bottom. That was doing it pretty good, not bad. Zine went for the left side triple jump wall kick to get the emergency exit star.
That strat is, I don't think it's the hardest, but for me, I always mess it up easily.
Yeah, I always just go for the right side wall kick just because it's much safer, and I've never been able to get a left side time that's faster than my right side time, so I'm just gonna go for the right side for now, I guess. I know a lot of people opt to go for left side since it is technically faster, on average, I think, but it is.
Yeah.
I mean, if you miss the wall kick, you just mess up a little, you'll die, so definitely don't want that.
It's the only problem is that it can be just easy to mess up, really.
Yeah.
You kind of just like hold A for slightly too long, and your spacing's kind of fucked.
Yeah. So it looks like a 40-21 fade out from Aleph. It's gonna be a 40-32. Yeah, so 11 seconds behind. Going into the hardest part of the game, Tippy. The first stage, Rainbow Ride, isn't too bad. The only problem is that it's another one of the stages that's just in a void, so that if you mess up, you will die, usually.
Yeah. It's usually just one of those stages that are impacted by nerves.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Tippy's the hardest part of the stage just because all the stages are pretty hard, the stars are hard, and also it's the very end of the run. Your nerves are pretty high. You can easily just miss a wall kick or something. And we see Aleph going for a lactic bounce, going to the left for the safer strat, gets it very cleanly. Ooh, but missing the ledge grab, falling all the way down, and Zine getting bumped by the Lakitu and take a death. That would have been a perfect place to make up time, but taking that death. That's exactly what's gonna happen. Lakitu bounce is very unforgiving. I don't know why that happens sometimes. I'm pretty sure it's just RNG. As he's going for it again. Hopefully he gets it cleanly this time. Missing it, but doesn't die, thankfully. Gonna have to get the red coin star just like Alex did. Alex trying to get that lucky bounce star again. They got a first frame wall kick, I believe. That'll just push you all the way. So opting to just go for the noob cruiser strat instead, that's very interesting backup. If Zine can get Lakitu bounce here, then I don't think he'll be ahead, but it'll be very close. Missing the wall kick. Oh no. He's gonna have to do the double long jump over there. Yeah, so now it's almost even.
Yeah, no, it looks like Zine's gonna be taking the lead.
Yeah, Zine
Still very close though.
Yeah, Zine with like a 4-second lead. That's crazy. Both players messed up. Lakitu bounce a lot, but Zine messing up not as bad, I guess. See, Zine down to one for the pro tricky triangle stat, taking the bonk. That's a very risky strat to do in a race. That wall kick is kind of unforgiving. I was going for the pro swinging the grease strat though. That's cool to see. That's not an easy strat at all. That angle for the long jump is pretty hard. And Zine just opting to go for the regular tricky triangle strat, which I fully am on board with. It loses about 3 seconds to the pro strat, but wall kick is pretty free compared to the other one. Now Alex has the lead again. But missing the ledge grab, yeah. Maybe Zine will have the lead now, I don't know.
Yeah, Rainbow Ride really taking its toll.
Yeah, it's just showing exactly how hard of a stage it is, I guess. This is gonna be very close. Even. Alice with like a 1 second lead, 1.5, 2 second lead going into TTC. This is a very good race.
Yeah.
Okay, it looks like Alice got the Toad before entering, so we won't really know who's ahead until after TC unless one of them makes a huge mistake. Design with a very clean moving bars. Looks like
Yeah,
Alice
really
will be
nice.
going, Alice will be going for 100 points first. One of the harder stars in the game, in my opinion, to do fast. Because you can just hit an invisible wall every now and then on accident and fall all the way down to your death. It looks good so far. Design going for the moving stars first. Very clean
Yeah.
point from Alice.
That was really nice.
Yeah, not bad. I'm getting his second flippy star pretty easily. Zion getting the strat 3 for 3. That's what you want to see. Messing up this strat can be pretty annoying, but you know, it's not too hard of a strat as long as you practice it enough to get good muscle memory with it. This is very close. Fail, definitely. Fine, with a little bit of wonky movement, but ooh, very good backup to get that triple jump. He messed up his angle and had to redo it pretty much on a whim.
Yeah, getting that angle is really pretty hard one to replicate.
Yeah. Usually if they mess up, you just go and do that triple jump off the box to the right, but luckily you didn't have to do that. Ryan almost missed the next point, but gets it luckily. Both opting to go for, or not go for the safety red. Getting all the coins. So Alice did get Toad first, I believe, so they still have one more star. After this, Sign will also only have one more star since they did not get Toad first. So it looks like Alice will be ahead. But I'm not sure since I'm not sure what stars I needs to go for. I think it's red coins. So yeah, Alice will be ahead by a good amount. Especially when Design still does have to get the Toad. Opting to go for the dive. He's missing the star here. You can see him pause.
Oh,
Yep.
That's really unfortunate.
Yeah, that strat's very risky. I don't know how much time it saves to just ground pound the star, but interesting to go for it there.
Yeah, so Alf now having a pretty solid lead now.
Yeah, for sure. Looks to be on pace for like a low 50, I would say. This can still happen and screw him over. I mean, you can either fall down at the ending. It looks like Aleph did get a gold CDC, which is pretty cool. I'd like to see that. Clutching it out for his team. And guess moving left. Guess the ending, not bad at all.
Really clean sky.
Gotta get through throws now. I see Zion going for stationary left a little safer. Missing it. Ooh, ledge grab, luckily.
Yeah, thankfully not falling down though.
Yeah. Very lucky on their part. Aleph missing a throw. I think they hit the first one. Pipe. Aleph with their second throw. Hits their last throw, looking to get a mid 50. Not bad at all.
Yeah, really nice for a race.
For sure. Nice.
And going into SMS, it's gonna be close still.
Definitely.
And I think SMS is one of those games where a lead can really be decided.
For sure.
Like, SM64 has a lot of consistent movement, a lot of consistent strats.
Yeah. So
Whereas SMS, a lot of things can just... Yeah.
Yeah, RNG is a big thing in SMS. So it looks like Zion beat Aleph, or Aleph beat Zion by like 18 seconds, so extremely close. Zion did what he had to do to stay close to Aleph, who is the better player. Now we get into SMS. GG's to both Zion and Aleph. And good luck to both teams on finishing off the race, but I do have to go, so thank you SpeedGaming for having me, and yeah, good luck.
All right, hi, I'm here. I'm Deathline. I'm commentating Super Mario Sunshine, also known as Water Mario. For Team P, we have Urinal Mike, and for Team Danceingcats, we have Ian_LC, who is currently black screen. Okay. A very close Super Mario 64 race. Team P with about a 20 or so second lead. Which seems to be slightly increasing. Meanwhile, this is the start of Super Mario Sunshine. This is the airstrip. Very long tutorial filled with cutscenes. In this game, the races are played on new file, or at least in this tournament, they are played from file select. There's three main timing starts, which is new file, which is you play on a new file. Peach timing, where you clear these airstrip cutscenes and then start on Peach. And then hacked file, where you get a save file that already has all the cutscenes marked done, including the 3-minute jail cutscene coming up after Urinal Mike collects the shine, which is about 6.5 minutes or so. I don't know the exact timing, but saves about 7 minutes per reset. So, despite Ian currently being missing in action, your Mike will continue on through the Sunshine portion for his team. I'm sure Team Danceingcats will have an opportunity to make up the Sunshine portion of their race at some point if the runner does not show up.
Expert shrine scholars have determined that this darkness has arisen because of.
So your Mike gets to play basically just an 80% no reset run right now, with the freedom of it not having the nerves of it being a race weighing on his shoulders.
This horrible graffiti is to blame. Behold this sketch of the perpetrator based on eyewitness descriptions. The truth is obvious. The guilty party sits among us. It is none other than Mario.
Objection! Overruled. I judge the defendant guilty as charged. I hereby order the defendant to clean this entire island until Isle Delfino is completely.
And for those that don't know Sunshine lore all that well, basically the whole story of the game is Mario and company come to Isle Delfino to take a relaxing vacation. However, Bowser is very salty that he lost to Mario yet again, so he tells his brand new son that he just popped out of nowhere, Peach is your mother, and Mario stole her from us. So Bowser Jr. impersonates Mario as Shadow Mario and ruins Isle Delfino and gets Mario locked up, but then the government of Isle Delfino is like, you need to do free labor and clean up our island for us because it's obviously you, and we're not going to appoint you a defendant.
The deeper, not as real lore is I like to think is just how the government of Isle Delfino is slightly corrupt.
Oh, definitely so.
Or this situation could have been very easily avoidable if Mario could just get a good lawyer.
Yeah, wasn't appointed a government lawyer if he couldn't afford one, which I'm sure he could afford one, considering he's Mario. So,
yeah, I mean,
don't know what that's all about.
Yeah, as the cutscenes, it looks like Peach was being his lawyer, but clearly the judge was not going to stand for her objections.
Yes. So now that is done, we get to actually progress into the game, where we get to defeat this polluted piranha plant for the second time. There are 5 of these in the game, and you defeat 4 of them. The game really likes reusing its bosses for some reason. It's just the thing of Sunshine. And this opens Bianco Hills, which is the first level in the game.
I think what's more reused other than bosses is the boss music.
Yes.
I think there's like 3 different tracks besides Bowser. Maybe more, but they're kind of just randomly chosen to each boss.
So here we meet Shadow Mario. He jumps out of the statue, comes and kidnaps Peach. Then here we just have to spray him down, and that's that. And people are like, "Wow, why does water hurt Shadow Mario?" You would figure it would probably hurt getting sprayed down by a flash liquidizer ultra dowsing device, also known as a high-powered hose.
We can just call it the equivalent of getting sprayed by a fire hose.
I imagine that would be at least annoying, if not painful, getting sprayed down by high pressure water. So unlike Super Mario 64, where that game has quite a lot of freedom in which stars you can do, Sunshine took the approach of mission-based design, where you have to progress through the level via each episode, and you basically can't do anything out of order. The game gives you a freebie here, however, in Bianca 1. You can just entirely skip it and opt to do Bianca 2 instead, which is Mr. Petey Piranha up here on the windmill.
Yeah, I had a little trouble getting on the book there, but was still able to get the walk kick cycle.
Yes, windmill kicks are a scam. The game wants you to ride up on the windmill and then jump up here, but you can do some well-placed wall kicks. However, the windmill is actually not perfectly cylindrical, has very bad and sharp edges, and then like a really nice slant on the right-hand side and the left-hand side, so sometimes it would go flying off on the wrong direction. So you have to place your wall kicks fairly well in order to make it up.
So the first real, I'm not even sure if I should call it a real boss, but kind of a real boss, more so than the other planets, but still pretty straightforward. Just gonna stand to the left and spray.
Yeah. So Petey likes to throw up goop, and normally you have to stand away from him, and then he'll turn around and then throw up goop. But for some reason, if you just stand around 70 degrees plus from where Petey is facing, he'll just turn to Mario and then start throwing up. However, if you're standing right in front of Petey, he will do a head roll and throw you away from him, which loses about 5 seconds or so. It is worth noting that Urinal Mike is playing on the JP version of the game. There are 3 main versions to play on. NTSC-J, otherwise known as JP, which is the fastest version. PAL, which is the second fastest, because you can swap the language to Italian, which is the fastest text option. And then NTSC-U, otherwise known as English, which is the slowest, because you have to play on English, and you don't quite get the loads that JP gets. JP saves about 0.3 or 0.4 on every load back into Delfino Plaza.
Yeah. Only thing that's bad about JP is a couple downslides, like Harder Serena 6, just because painful, invisible goop. You also have to get 99% of it.
Yeah, some different mechanics in the JP version than in English.
As well as no fruit storage.
Yeah, no fruit storage. There aren't as many fruits strewn around in the plaza. Count to 1 damage mechanics are different. Serena 6 is different. But still overall faster because of the loads. So, Mike just finished up with Bianco 3, which was our first secret shine of the game. These are little sub areas that make you play the game without FLUDD, which is every casual's nightmare.
Yeah. All right, so Mike getting a bonk there, so not able to do travel skip there.
Yes. When you get 3 shines, go ahead.
That should only lose 13, or I think it's around that travel skip, or 11.
Yeah, 10, 11 seconds. When you get 3 shines, the Rico hut is then gooped again, so you have to unlock it to unlock Rico Harbor, which is the second level of the game, which we do much later. But with a well-placed spray on the final hip of that polluted piranha plant, you can make it back to Bianco Hills and then skip the opening animation of Reef Harbor, which is known as travel skip, and it saves about 10 to 11 seconds. Bianco 4, just the standard red coin shine. Just collect 8 red coins, and then get the shine. Very simple. Has progressed very heavily through the years, and it's become a very optimized shine.
Yeah, definitely has a lot of really cool single shine strats. Like the IL for the shine is just really cool.
So here is Bianco 5. This is our first major RNG element of the game. There are three major RNG shines, which is Bianco 5, Pianta 5, and Serena 5, which is funny because they're all 5s. This is PD number 2, PD Strikes Back, or PD Returns, whatever it's called. Star Wars. PD has a number of different patterns here that you can opt to do. You need to make them fall down 3 times and fill them up with water and ground pound them. There are a total of 774 potential patterns you can get on this shine. And on top of that, every time PD falls down, he has a pretty good chance of throwing a tornado at you, which loses about 3 seconds.
Yeah, and if you get I think the worst possible pattern you can get will lose you about 40 seconds.
It's actually more than that.
Oh yeah, so yeah, more than 40. If you're just that unlucky.
And currently, Hero Mike is setting up for the worst pattern. This is
this is not looking good.
This is the worst possible first spot you can get. The fastest pattern is about 25 seconds in travel time. Travel time meaning PD is flying in the air. The worst possible pattern is about 85 seconds or so. So you can lose up to a minute depending on your RNG here. Does he go over the wall? He goes over the wall. So right now, Mike is on pace for a personal worst PD pattern.
And it looks like it's just being a no-show here. So, wow. Not sure how this is going to be fixed.
Yeah, that is also on pace for the worst possible pattern. That is the second spot PD would go to for that. We'll see if he continues on his reign for the 774th pattern here. I think the best recorded worst PD pattern is 772. He bounced. Okay. Not the worst pattern, but still definitely...
Yes, still...
Very bad.
very, very far from ideal.
That was probably around a 3.5 minute segment.
Yeah.
In RTA, you want like a 250 segment in RTA would be very solid.
So it doesn't look like doesn't have it's only if his splits are like just per stage itself, yeah. But looks like he lost over a minute on his gold.
Yeah,
and I'm assuming most of that is from Bianco 5.
I would definitely agree. Most of that was from Bianco 5. Yeah, Mike opting to do individual world splits, which is, I would say, the less popular for any percent for sure. Any percent is usually done with individual level splits per each shine, just because you usually don't do things out of order. Whereas in 120 or other categories, you would usually see individual wolf splits more often because you might collect blue coins out of order or do certain things out of order. But now that Mike is done with that, once you get 5 shines, Gelato Beach is now sunk, and you have to go open this. And Gelato Beach as a level is horrible. But thankfully, we have a very useful skip known as Gelato Beach Skip, go figure, that saves 10 minutes in any percent. In order to beat this game, you need to defeat episode 7 of every level. There are 7 levels, which is episode 7 is defeating Shadow Mario. Now, conveniently, for whatever reason, they thought they would like to taunt you with the episode 8 shine off on the other end of the beach here in a fruit blender. And episode 8, you're supposed to go get a giant watermelon and bring it to the guy, which is very painful because the physics in this game are not good. But instead of wasting 10 minutes and doing Gelato 1 through 6, we're just going to instead take a coconut and come over here and angle ourselves exactly 90 degrees, like facing towards the hut, and then just run against the coconut, and that'll allow us just to clip into the hut, and then we can just hover through and collect the shine. And in this game, when you collect a shine that is farther than where you're currently at, it just unlocks all the other shines. So now we have access to everything in Gelato. So now we're just going to do Gelato 7. And this thankfully skips Gelato 2, which is a horrible shine where you have to get rid of Plungellos, Wiggler, which is painful if you don't get it perfectly, Sandbird, which is slow, Gelato 5, which is an auto-scroller, and Gelato 6, which is RNG and a scam shine because the fish do not work in this game. Next up on the agenda, we're going to be moving to the final stage, the final intended stage of the game, Pianta Village. They want you to use the rocket nozzle to get up here, but with a well-placed Y-turn spin, you can just wall kick and get up on top of the Shine Gate very easily and enter Pianta Village.
Darn, what's that? Internet having a fight with me.
You hate this. So Pianta 1 is one of those shines with some micro RNG. You have 3 little chomplets running around the village. They have some different patterns they can possibly take. Mike currently getting best pattern. Yep, got the best pattern. The first 2 don't really matter that much as long as the third one is where Mike is right now. It can choose to go around the left-hand side, which loses about 6 or so seconds. And
if you pause, if you really pause anywhere, just and then unpause, or the cutscene will just play when it just right away instead of having to wait. Or,
yes.
No.
So
Yeah.
when you get the third chomp in the water, Flood will give you a text box saying "Be nice to your pets" by drowning them. And pausing and unpausing just closes that text box, which then prompts the shine to spawn, which is a little bit of a time save. Just a couple seconds. And another thing you might have noticed was Mike was doing a ground pound while hovering. That washes out the chomps. That is a JP exclusive strat in PAL and NTSCU, none of English. You can't do that hover strat. It does not deal enough water damage, as to say.
So there's a couple shines like these. Yeah, no, a couple of shines like these, just the races, really kind of just breathers, really.
Yes, Piantissimo is this game's version of Koopa the Quick from 64. However, getting to the flag faster does not make Piantissimo run faster. So it's effectively an auto-scroller outside of the movement to Piantissimo.
I think the only case where those shines are hard are in 120 and you go for the Waller strats and get a bunch of blue coins during them.
Yes. For those that are unaware, if you lose to Piantissimo and talk to him, he straight up just murders you and you lose a life. And then have to retry. Chapter 3, the Loopy Inferno. The game wants you to go under the village and do this wall climbing, wall crawling nonsense. We're not going to do any of that. Instead, we're just going to damage boost over the lava and get to the end very quickly. Doing that damage boost saves about 30 seconds, I would say, over doing it the intended way. There's also damageless strats that you can do in this shine, where you can either go up on the big tree on the left, you can take the river on the right-hand side and then do some side flips to carry some water off Mario, clean up the goop a little bit, or you can do a momentum spin jump off the tree immediately to your right.
This shine too also has some RNG. I don't think this one is as, again, I think this RNG is pretty slight, but essentially this big jump can kind of face 3 different directions.
Yes.
In this way. This one was
the slowest.
Yeah. Again, I don't think this one, these patterns lose too much.
I think the left hand path, which is the fastest, saves 3 seconds over the right hand path.
Yeah.
It's pretty negligible. Mike here, going for chain skip. If you grab the chain at a specific point, the chomp will just immediately jump into the water instead of you having to drag him in, which saves about 5 seconds or so, depending on where you grab the chain. Here we're at Pianta 5. This is the second major RNG component and quite potentially the worst offender of the 3. Though PD made a very lovely case earlier to be the worst. The China is definitely scary and whatnot. First, you're supposed to be using Yoshi to clear out this jelly here in order to access the secret, but Sunshine was very poorly made, and you can just quite easily clip into the tree and then clip into the mushroom, and that is known as Yoshi Skip, which takes about 40 seconds. The secret shine is based around talking to these Piantas, which are chucksters, and they will throw you. And the reason why this is an RNG component is at the very last platform before the shine platform, a Pianta, depending on how fast he walks here, which right now you see he's on the right-hand side, you can get a strat known as early cycle, where depending on if he stops on the left-hand side, you can potentially get him there and then throw you to the shine platform instead of waiting for him to walk all the way around here. Also known as Ramel cycle for a very, very old Sunshine runner. Long story short was he got Yoshi Skip and early cycle in a race back when both of those were both very, very new strats. And there, you notice that the Pianta threw Mike backwards. If you're mashing Y, which is the first-person cam or Mario cam of this game, it'll just change Mario's trajectory and it'll just throw him back. It'll get him thrown backwards. So that saves having to line up with the Pianta. going towards the Shine platform, which is quite difficult for some reason.
Yeah, now we're on Pianta 6, which is another really cool IL. It's got a lot of cool strats.
Yes, this is Sunshine's most competitive IL Shine. The whole point is to save 10 Piantas in need because they're stuck in goop. And there are a lot of competitive IL strats that aren't really... They actually are RTA viable, depending on how good you want to get at the Shine.
I think the main problem is that the IL strat does a different route.
Yes, and they're very, very hard to do optimally. Mike doing the basic strat here, or at least the most common route, getting a 205, which is
It's not really worse.
yeah, could be better, could be worse. With that common strat that Mike did, you can get around a 212 if done with essentially no mistakes, but this game is quite hard to play, so little things can happen. You gotta just build up. And Pianta 7, just Shadow Mario. Getting the quick kill here before the gate saves about a second or two of him just jumping over the gate. About a second, actually. Now that we're done with Pianta Village, we're going to be moving on to Pinna Park. Mike is opting to watch the cutscene here. This is about a 20-second cutscene of Shadow Mario stealing Peach. The requirements to open Pinna Park is you must have 10 Shine Sprites in total, and you must have Rico Harbor and Gelato Beach open. And then Peach gets kidnapped and taken off to Pinna Park. There's a skip here known as Honey Skip, named after Honey SM64, who found it. You can clip into the tower right next to Pinna Park here and then go out of bounds, do a little bit of a setup, and then die right when you enter the cutscene, and that just skips the cutscene entirely. And done optimally saves around 15 seconds. If you YOLO the setup, you can save about 20. But YOLOing the setup is risky, so... Pinna 1, everyone's favorite Shine. Has 2 long cutscenes before and after the fights. However, due to how the game's made and loaded, you can simply just exit area as you enter each cutscene, and it just skips the cutscene entirely.
Yeah, it's especially nice for this fight considering how long these cutscenes are, so it saves like just a lot.
It saves about 2.5 minutes, I would say. Just skipping those cutscenes. And here's Mecha Bowser, another boss. You just need to shoot him with bullet bills 4 times, and then the fight is over. He'll be shooting bullet bills at you, or at least shooting rockets at him, excuse me. And then he'll be shooting bullet bills at you.
So as you can see there, just exits area and it's just instantly at the shine.
And effectively what Mike skip is just watching Shadow Mario summon Mecha Bowser and then Shadow Mario going, wow, I'm actually Bowser Jr. and you stole Mama Peach. And then runs away to Corona Mountain, which we can't access until we beat episode 7 of every level. Pinna 2, very easy shine overall. You're intended to get close to this mole and have him throw not quite bombs at you, but he'll throw these bombs at you and you need to throw 3 at him to make him go poof, and then you can enter the cannon. Alternatively, you can perform mole skip, which you just do a side flip or a spin jump dive into the mole. And when he's going back into his little hidey hole, because if you get too close to him, he'll hide in his cannon, you can just hit the loading zone for the secret anyways without taking damage.
Yeah. And thankfully, this is definitely one of the easier secret levels itself. Pretty straightforward.
It is cycle based, but the fastest cycle you can make is very, very easy to make. So. Yeah. Here we have Pinna 3, another quite competitive IL and shine that has received a lot of improvements over the years. Red coins amongst the boats. There are quite a number of different strats you can do here, some of which more difficult than others. Mike is going to be going for, I would say, like what I would call the intermediate strat, where you hover back onto that boat and then you get that second coin floating in air in the middle of the section, where normally that second coin floating in the air by that boat you would grab as your 6th red coin. And by doing that, it allows you to do a momentum spin jump off the boat, which saves a couple of seconds.
Yeah, so it seems sadly that the team Danceingcats has been disqualified because Ian is unable to show up. Pretty unfortunate.
Yeah, never want to see a DQ because of a no-show. Mike, gonna finish out Pinna 4. It seems this is quite easily the single worst shine in an 8%. You need to kill these 5 turtles. Optimally, you would kill all 5 of them in 1 cycle, which is known as 1 cycle. However, the turtles are quite scammy, and sometimes they don't wake up, even if you spam spray the same way every single time. There's a couple of different setups to do a 1 cycle. Mike opting to go for like the left-hand side, where some runners go for the right-hand side. But an optimal 1 cycle over an optimal 2 cycle saves about 10 seconds or so, 7 to 10 seconds. So makes quite a difference. And this unlocks Yoshi in every level.
Yeah, so
Plaza.
Looks like Mike is going to be. Looks like they're just going to be ending. Doesn't seem like really no point in continuing.
Yeah.
So.
So.
Yeah. Again, it's a shame, but
a little unfortunate. But Team P will be moving on to the
semifinals.
Yep, top 4.
Yeah, they'll be playing Team Clint Stevens, I believe. But
So, yeah.
it was fun
Still-
commentating. Thank you,
still
SpeedGaming, for having me here. The SM64 match was very close. At least that one was very entertaining.
Yes. And I guess if we go off just the SM64 match, Team P did technically win
Yep.
by 18 or 20 seconds or so.
Yeah.
So,
It was 18.
so I guess we'll be signing off from the Super Mario Sandbox any percent relay tournament for today, unfortunately. Thanks so much for watching, and please stay tuned for more speed gaming content and for more Sandbox matches coming up soon in the remainder of March.